Okay, so that girl Hallel got killed last night in Kiryat Arba, and the final thing she did on Earth was give a dance performance. Whatever, the final public thing. And coincidentally, my favorite book on dance ever written is called Last Night on Earth by Bill T. Jones. And it is an unbelievably beautiful book. And also, coincidentally, I was on a Natalie Portman little research project this week. So I checked out Black Swan. No, I didn't watch the sex scenes. I tried to be a good boy. But that movie was all about the twisted side of giving yourself in performance. And just from reading about the girl a little bit, I'm pretty sure she was anything but twisted. She sounded quite saintly. And if you notice, a lot of these people that get killed in these terrorist attacks, a lot of times they're like pretty saintly type of people. And so there's a theory that they're a sacrifice for the entire Jewish people, for the entire scene. That they had kind of lived a pure life, and somehow it's God's will that their sacrifice saves the rest of us from getting blown off the map. And so that Natalie Portman movie, Black Swan, it's about all the ego in dance and the whole ridiculousness of it. And to give over something in public, it's so hard to do it in a humble kind of way that a lot of the intelligent people in history just stay underground and don't go public so much. So my favorite people on earth, they have no presence on the internet, none, on purpose, and they don't want their name mentioned on the internet, nothing, you know. So this girl got stabbed last night by some little psycho kid, and the world as usual erupts into bipolar, each side against each other. And rather than taking the easy path, which is just to be all rah-rah anti-Israel or rah-rah pro-Israel, rather than taking the easy path, the harder path is maybe to go inside ourselves and work out whatever our deepest inner conflict is. They say everything that happens on the external world is a reflection, is an expression of whatever inside ourselves we haven't worked out. You know, the holistic medicine 101 is every external symptom is a manifestation of something inside that's percolating that we haven't taken care of, and it'll come out as a cancer, it'll come out in anger, it'll come out in depression. But rather than dealing with the symptoms, rather than going to chemotherapy or Prozac, we want to go inside to the deepest level and work it all out, and then the external, we want to have all this external expression. So it doesn't have to be either or. We can work on the symptom and trace the symptom to the cause. So we have the symptoms right now. We have this crazy conflict, this huge wall between our cultures, this huge divided world, pro-Israel, anti-Israel, blah, blah, blah. These are all very external symptoms, oversimplified. So the real solution that we can all start with today is what's our real conflict and how to work it out. So anyhow, Hallel's last thing was to give this dance performance. I was trying to find a video of the performance. If anyone finds it, please send it to me. And Yeah, they say she gave a performance. She came home. She must have been so wiped out. She didn't hear the guy breaking in, or whatever. Her soul should have all the blessings. And the Lubavitcher Rebbe, in one of his talks, if someone knows where to find it, please tell me. He says that, if I remember exactly, he says there's some things you can't express with words that you can express in dance. So some things that are so inside you, you can't say them properly. You have to show them with dance. And then he goes on to say that there's some things that are so inside you, you can't show them with a dance. You have to show them with a melody that doesn't have words. It's called a nigun, a melody without words, just a tune that you sing. And then there's some things that you can only express by hugging someone. You can't even sing it. You can only hug. It's said that every sin is it's an attempt to get to God, right? This is really trying to see the good points in ourselves and others. Every sin's an attempt to get to God, and so if you look at the sin, excuse that heavy biblical language, people. If you look at the sin of premarital sexual relations, it's like what I was just talking about with the Lubavitcher Rebbe's talk. Okay, so people are trying to hug. They're trying to hug. There's something they can't express with their words. They can't express with their dance. They can't express with their song. And they want to hug and beyond. And it's a holy kind of what's the word? A holy impulse. And then okay, it's not the right place and the right time. It's not the right place and the right time. So so in medicine, we don't have to feel bad about the symptoms or the addictions or whatever. That's not what helps. What helps is to see what we're actually trying to do with the addiction and then find the proper version of it. Those people that want to hug before marriage, hug and beyond before marriage, may we help all of them to get married. You know, those people that want to kill, that want to jump over security fences and kill someone, may we help them to whatever, take part in the political process or dance. Something besides killing, please. So her last night on earth was to dance. And the last time I saw Bill T. Jones, he had a dance performance. I was a dance major at Oberlin, and so I know this world a little bit, dance. So the last time I saw Bill T. Jones, he had a performance of like half the troupe was disabled people in wheelchairs, and half the troupe was professional dancers. And what an amazing thing, right? It's very, even in these worlds that have all these problems with them, that seem so far away from the Torah on one level, there's such sparks of the redemption, sparks of Geula within these worlds. That piece was like so beautiful. And then afterwards, Bill T. Jones gave a talk. You know, he's like such a world father type of person. And there's more to be said about that, but we'll save that for another day. But her last night on earth was to dance. And we never know when our time's going to come as a people or as a person. So the safe thing to do is just to treat every day like it's our last, and love every person like it's the last time we'll ever see them. And make tshuva one day before we die. Make repent for all the mistakes we ever made every day, just in case. It's a famous thing in Torah. They say if you if you're the worst sinner in the world, if you make tshuva one day before you die, it'll be cool. Now, we're not supposed to go on sinning thinking that let's make tshuva later on, right? So she gave over herself and danced. The last thing she did for the world, and her mom was so excited. She texted the dance teacher to thank her, and then right away she texted her and said, "My daughter has no pulse. She just gotten stabbed." So don't get me wrong. I'm all for whatever has to be done militarily with power, but to beat our plowshares into swords in some kind of way that's effective. If you want to be part of the peace process in Israel, please talk to Shaul, judelman, and support his works. Externally, he's doing things that the leftists and the righties can agree on, and kind of the klal, the masses of people. And our dance, what's our dance in the world? What do we do publicly for the world where we can give all of ourselves towards? And to give ourselves in a way that's truly blessed. It's back to talking about the premarital sex. There's another thing. People are trying to give themselves to each other. What a beautiful thing. Okay, not the right place, not the right time, but the impulse to give oneself totally to someone. A good impulse, right? The study of Jewish law, the halacha, the study of Jewish law is about how to live in the world fully in a way that's protected, in a way that's safe. And this might come as a shock to you that aren't Jewish, but the Jewish law is for all people on earth. There's a movement called the Noahide laws. That's how, if you're not Jewish, you can be connected to the Torah without being Christian, without being Muslim. There's a way for you to be connected to the Jewish people without converting. So the halacha is how to live fully in the world in a way that's safe and blessed. And if that Arab boy who killed the girl, if he had been learning the Noahide laws, one of them's not to kill. No one taught it to him in a way that he could hear it. And in fact, the articles were showing how the mom was very much in support of it. The wrong kind of training, right? How can we really blame the son except for what he got taught? How can we really blame the parents except for what they got taught, and so on and so forth? So to shake these things down from the upper levels, and how to go about that, good luck. Good luck. Good luck in being as effective. We can be effective in this moment to work on ourselves. How effective can we be in the political arena in this moment? Okay, some of us can. You should go for it. If you're effective, let me know and tell me how I can help. And everyone should have all the blessings. Your lives should be blessed. May you draw closer to the Torah so that your life can be blessed. And I love telling people that aren't Jewish about how they can connect to the Torah. It's really like a new thing historically. It's not a new thing historically. Those laws about the Noahide movement have been around from the beginning in the Torah. It's just the movement to really bring people in is just getting started. People generally think I'm making it up when I tell them about it because it's so they haven't heard of it, but it's around. It's around. You can see back there. There's a room in my house. I have a room for a guy or two that want to support my projects. You can stay here for free if you want to get behind the work I'm doing, and you can also make a lot of money off my projects eventually, I'm sure, especially if you get in at the beginning while we're growing them. And I learn Torah usually every morning in Jerusalem. For guys that want to learn in the group I learn with, you can talk to me, see if it's a fit. And on and on. I'm really glad to hear from anyone, and just call me at any hour, write me, be in touch. If you want my professional services in health and you don't have money, please let me know anyways. I love taking charity projects. It kind of makes me tick, and I love trying to help fundraise for charity projects. And we also welcome paying customers. And this parsha happens to be Parshas Korach, which is all about conflict, right? Korach is he goes against the Jewish people, and God makes kind of like a earthquake type of thing, and the earth swallows him up. my rabbi in Chabad used to say, the lesson of Korach is don't mess with God. Don't mess with God. So a lot of people on the internet, they tend to be more the cynical types, and whatever. I used to be more that type too. Type 2 cynical, and in life, it's not a question really of what we think is right or wrong. It's more a question of what is right or wrong, right? That Arab boy might have thought it was right for him to kill that girl, but the question is, in his afterlife, what's happening to him now? Does he have 70 virgins? I doubt it. I was in Islam for a year, very deeply. I didn't take Shahada, but I was, davening 5 times a day. What do they call it there? I forget the name of the prayers. The Jummah. I was chanting the Quran. My imam was very excited that I would chant the Quran in English. He thought that was very progressive. And I doubt he's with 70 virgins, But it doesn't matter that I doubt it. The question is, what is the reality, okay? Life's not about what we fantasize as the reality. It doesn't matter. If he thought he was going to get 70 virgins before he died, that doesn't matter. The question is what's actually happening now. So the main thing is the reality, the study of reality, the observation of reality. All these religious dogmas, in a way, who cares, If we're at a deep enough level, we can see deeper realities, and that's more important than these theories. The internet is full of theories and opinions, and most of it means nothing to me. Yeah, I want to see who sees the reality more clearly than me, and what are they teaching? and how can they correct my misunderstandings, and what teachings are necessary, right? The internet's full of all sorts of theories that are unnecessary, right? So I kind of send a lot of people into shock often when we're talking, because I'm trained to cut through as much of the chaff as I can as possible, to winnow as much of the chaff as I can. And I wake a lot of people up a lot faster than they're ready to be woken up, so they run away. And to tell you the truth, I'm a little bit glad a lot of them run away, because I only want my central time to be engaged with people that are going forward with all the energy, and not holding on to old zombie lifestyles and ideas. Why are zombie movies so popular? Because as Thoreau said, the masses of people lead lives of quiet desperation and are kind of like zombies. And there's something in us all that loves to see those zombies get just killed and decimated. But if you let me help kill your zombie, it only brings out the real life inside you. Yeah, it can hurt a little bit. You know, the truth hurts, and when someone gives you the truth without you being ready for it, that's abusive. So the real thing is to find who can give us the truth in the way that we want. That's called learning. If somebody comes up to you on the street and twists your head, that's called abuse. And if you go to a chiropractor's office and they twist your neck and it fixes it, that's called a treatment, right? So it's who do we let work on us? And I love for the right people to work on me, and I love to work on the right people. And the right people for me to work on, they want the zombie inside themselves to die once and for all. With a lot of people, I really kill the zombie in them, and then they go run back to it and sort of revive it. And they know it's wrong, but it's just so deep, right? So all the blessings for that girl, Hallel. And may we all dance like it's our last night on earth, like it's our last dance. May every word we say be as if it's our last word we might ever say. But this isn't to be convinced with some kind of extremism. I was checking out that Black Swan movie, Natalie Portman's movie. No, I didn't watch the sex scenes and stuff. I was a good Jewish boy. But anyhow, that's all about the intensity in the wrong direction, right? The intensity is a good idea. But intensity in the wrong direction equals insanity or imbalance. So the halacha is about building the ultimate kelim, the ultimate safe container that can hold our ultimate intensity. So people think the halacha, oh, it's like uptight. No, it allows you to really be wild in a safe, sustainable way. I think that girl was religious, right? It must be. Like, Kiryat Arba is a very religious neighborhood. Hashem Yazor. God should help. God should help. Okay, I'd love to hear from any of you. God bless you. God keep you. Whatever I can help with, please ask me. If you can't help me with anything in return, please ask me anyways. I was gonna stop, but this Tupac song came on. I think it's Tupac. And I really recommend, if you just as a therapy, you put on freestyle beats. Just Google freestyle beats YouTube, and just to talk out loud. And also, if you make videos like this, I'd love to see it if they're kind of in the same direction. When I was living in Asheville, North Carolina, that's when I first really got into it. It was way back in the day. I was very lonely and kind of bored and in the middle of nowhere, and I found this very special warehouse of hip hop people, real serious types, and I paid them to make me a freestyle, kind of like an ultimate freestyle CD back back in their CDs, and I just would walk around for hours and hours, working everything out loud. You know, not so much rapping as just talking, and the beats help bring it out, right? The whole industry of hip hop and rhyming, and to me, it's so much shtick mixed in generally. But just to talk with beats is what we're talking about, right? Why did Hallel dance? There's something in the arts. There's something when we use the arts to we can use it to break out of ourselves, right? So in breast love, the main the main thing is to talk to God. Rabbi Nachman says every day we have to talk to God, we have to talk to a true friend, and we have to talk to a true tzaddik, a true holy person, like a recognized holy person in general. And using instrumental music as a platform to talk to God, boy, it's a big tool, and we should all use it. It's a crutch, but hey, we're all spiritual cripples mostly, and a little bit of a crutch can be a big help. Yeah, so you just put on freestyle beats, you talk out loud to God about whatever you most want to, the way you talk to your best friend. The nice thing about talking out loud to God is you don't get interrupted. You talk to your best friend, they say, "Oh, you're wrong. You should do this." They start talking about their stuff, right? There's a kind of therapy called what's it called? Forgetting one of these hippie therapy movies in the movements in the West Coast. The whole system is you and a friend get together and you set a time. You get a half hour, they get a half hour, and you just talk for a half hour. They listen and they don't interrupt at all. They just listen, right? And then it's your turn and you go on and they just listen. It's very very deep and free and hip. Co something therapy. I should really just pay people just to listen. There's something so satisfying to people listening, and so few people do it. So few people can really listen. And I always tell people you've never been listened to until you have an interview with the Umshanover Rebbe. You realize no one's ever no one's ever really listened to you. He's listening on a level that's like thousands of times deeper than anyone's ever listened to you, more or less. And it's unbelievably healing, right? And a big movement in hands-on therapy is craniosacral therapy, where you put your hands on someone and you just listen on the deepest level you can without manipulating, without massaging. You're just listening, right? Okay, we're gonna call it a wrap. God bless. God bless.